Good morning and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for July the 14th, 2021. I am Mom. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Thought I'd switch it up here. I noticed that we need some batteries for one of the projects here. Why am I going out there? Can't get batteries out there. And, it's close if you're at the colony versus you're at Risa. You can use your surfboards either place, so it works. Of course, that would help if I have my surfboard with me. We'll see in a minute. Would help if I have a surfboard. Ooh, that's a thought. And let's see what we got today. Restore shields, destroy Voth ships, anti-proton damage on the ground. Now let's do this first. If you are a member of the Strike Group Armada, and you've got some colony batteries, Hughes Heroes has got a project running, and we definitely could use your help on that one. Let's see. Yeah, I've got a surfboard with me. I just don't have a surfboard there. That's weird. Yeah, the floater would be nice here. There we go. Swimming would be another nice function. Wouldn't that be great? We could do some swimming. I know it's a whole different thing, and it's a real pain in the butt. And while it's doable, it's not an easy doable, so, we don't ask for miracles. But wouldn't that be cool? I would love to have a function like that. Alright, let's get this one done. I know, even if you're good at this one, it's hard to get the 250 full battery pack on each one. Good morning, Cadargo. I saw that message you sent me. How do I use that? Is it like an ARC code, or what do I have to do? DT got one, but I think he had internet issues because I lost him last night. Good morning, Rasul. Oh, I'm not going to make it on this one. Yeah, I got 735, but I don't think that's enough. No, that is not enough. They gave me 200 of them. Am I sick? No. Why? Oh, because you can hear me. It's because I checked the mics before I went on. Ha 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 ha. Perhaps if you can hear me just fine, you're the one who's unwell. It's an ARC code. Okay, thanks. Yeah, somebody else sent me one as well, so now we've got 2 to give away. And while they're totally awesome, and that greedy part of me would love to steal them, I think that would be a really cool gift to give somebody. Especially if we can find somebody who's a new player. Or relatively new player. Alright, let's give that away here. So I was saying, Hughes Heroes, if you've got colony battery provisions, there's a good spot to get rid of them. Is he going to do the stupid thing again? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so what have we got? AP damage on the ground. We've got destroy Voth ships and restore shields. That really sounds to me like a Kethsa thing. So let's see if we can get from here back over to here. No, we can't.
Need something?
Just gotta beam up first. Ugh. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. No, actually, Russell, I'm really sick. I guess I should stay home and play games all day. Though I think it's possible I will be staying home. But not from work. But from class, we'll see here. everybody's good so far. My instructor was out sick on Monday. What the heck? I can't transwarp back to Risa? Let's see if I can do it from sector space. There we go. Wow, you can't even do it from space or planet space. You have to go into sector space. Alright, let's go ahead and grab Ketsa, who's got some nice AP on the ground. With her boomstick. Make her go to work for a while. Ugh. I want to be back in time for the dance-off. Is that going to happen? That's a good question. Maybe, maybe not. Restore shields on the ground. AP damage on the ground. Who takes a lot of damage on the ground? Voth? Yeah, I suppose we could go do Voth. Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, while she moves over there, I'm going to open the window. One moment. Oh, that's so much better. I feel refreshed. Refreshed. I can't do it. My best Madeline con doesn't work. Ground battle. Let's go down there. Accept that. Let's give you back your weapons. What? Somebody's changed my weapons. Somebody's changed my toys. Seriously, I don't have any other AP here? That's sad. There you go, you can have that one. And what do you need? You need something fun. Have I got anything else with AP here? Plasma damage. Okay, you can have that one. Alright, let's go grab some toys. Let's go grab a mission.
Back to your stations. The Voth have returned.
Let's see, where am I going here? The city? Nope. Nope-de, nope, nope, nope. Oh. All cool. Let's go this way. Come on, guys. Somebody's having a bad day, but it's not me. Not even a turret? There we go. This is going to take a while. Wish they would ramp up the number of opponents you've got on this. I rather like this map, but it's been the same map for quite a while. It'd be nice to get it upgraded, refreshed, have a little fun with it. Give us some more opponents. I feel bad when the only way I can get my damage is to kill animals. That's just mean. I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. Day? Okay. Good morning, Hobo Hunter. How are you? Alright, how much damage did I get? 19,000. Gosh darn it. That's not right. A little bit more. Well, great. I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry you have heart issues. Having a child with heart issues, I can appreciate that from a different point of view. Well, I got that. Didn't get much of that. Let's beam up and see if we can get those guys. And go back and do a dance party. Yeah, well, it bothers me that my son has heart issues, so. And he's a mature adult, so I mean, it's not like I have to do the little child panic and freak out type thing, but I still panic and freak out because, you know, he's my baby. And he's been going through it for years. Well, it does count, but in a different way. Risa's going on, Hobo Hunter. If you weren't aware, I'm sure you were aware of that. That always is fun. And I'm really surprised at the sheer number of people who, even though we're like, what, 10 days into it now? 15 days in, because it's been this whole month, are still really engaged. I mean, the dance parties are still filled up. And I will be heading back to a dance party as soon as I'm done here. And I don't think it's that the ship's that good. I think just people are enjoying the difference, getting out there to... Oh, hold on a second. That's weird. Oh, okay, that was something else. Okay. Sorry about that. Too many messages going on. There's my Voth ships. Let us return to the wonderful land of scenic Risa. And it won't let me do that, but... Exactly. Except, of course, here you can currently party on the beaches because they're finally open up. Okay, it's a little cool this morning, which I'm not going to object to because it's going to be really hot this afternoon, but at the moment that cool air coming in from the window is chilly, but I'm not going to close the window. Alright, let's go dance party. Actually, I've got 12 minutes left. I'll fix the shields later. Let's change clothes. There we go. Let's get rid of the weapons. Well, the game's changed. We had this discussion last night. The game has changed since inception to now. And it doesn't always reflect Star Trekkiness. It's a game set in the Star Trek world, which I think can be an issue. Excuse me while I take my vitamins. A lot of the aspects that drew me to it originally was the fact that you got to be your own captain in the Star Trek world. And while that's still true to a degree, with the loss of the Foundry, the ability of people to make it their own disappeared to an extent, and now you have to kind of obviously follow the storyline. And the storyline isn't always what it could be. So I don't know, Hobo Hunter, where you left off with the storylines, if you've played any of the last 3 arcs that have come out, which are the things since Gamma. So, Age of Discovery, Ja'ula, and Klingon Civil War. Age of Discovery... sorry, you can skip it as far as I'm concerned. Ja'ula's Discovery is pretty meh also, with the exception of the fact that it leads into the Klingon Civil War, and that's been an interesting story arc. It hasn't been our typical story arc that we normally have. You get to be the bad guy for a little while, which is kind of fun. It's kind of nice to not be on the side of the good, the falsely accused, or in this case correctly accused, but nonetheless, you're the bad guy for the moment. And I think that would have been a fun storyline to pursue. Am I going? There, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, but Discovery for me has just been really disappointing in terms of Star Trek. And when you're associated with CBS, because you're licensed by them, you're going to follow that storyline. Is it going to be over there? No, it's not. It's going to be back here. So in order for them to get co-op from CBS, they have to toe that party line. And unfortunately, I think they kind of missed the boat on where Star Trek was as a story.
You found it! Quickly, dig it up and bring it back to me at my camp.
Weirdly enough, Lower Decks has been really better at picking up the storyline
Well done.
than Discovery ever was. Necromancy arc. I'm not sure which arc you're talking about, Rasul. Oh, you mean with the reincarnation of whatever her name is? Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you there. I really didn't care for that at all. Okay, it's not that we haven't come into that before, but still. Got season 14. Oh. Which season was that, Hobo Hunter?
There's a bunch of... How can I...
I think the last arc that I was really Trekky was... Yeah, exactly. Gamma. When Gamma came out, I think they did a great job with it. And after that, the whole Discovery arc's just been... ugh.
You found it! Quickly, dig it up and bring
So
it back
it
to
gets
me
to
at my
a
camp.
story development issue for me, Rasul.
Well done. How
If
can
the
I...
only way you can have an adequate leader in your organization of multiple planets and billions of people is to revive one person from history to be your actual leader, what does that say about you? I mean, it says a lot about you. Why do they do that? Why don't they have the development of a replacement? That would be a fun story arc to follow. Obviously, that's going to be a complex arc, not one they're going to do lightly. But they brought back Kalis to be their leader in a time of trouble. As a figurehead, okay, I can totally go for that.
Say, Fred, there's a bunch of...
Here is
How
a
can
figure
I...
from history that we want to emulate. Let's get a direction here. Yeah, clearly it's going to be to the west, and if it's not, we got an issue. Sorry, east. Oh my gosh, it's not. Wow, that makes my life a little bit easier. That makes my life a lot easier. That's actually a really interesting thought. I mean, that's a really interesting thought. I wouldn't mind Lucari as a playable race either. Well, it told me north was further. Okay, that's bizarre. Did I miss the obvious one here?
You
I did
found
miss
it.
the obvious.
Quickly, dig it
Duh.
up and bring it back to me at my camp.
What's the rule of thumb? If it's wrong in two directions, you're probably sitting on top of it.
Well done. Well, how can
Have
I...
I got time to get one more in? That's a good question. An excellent question. Let's grab Kethla.
Say, friend, there's a bunch of... How can I help you today?
Like I said, Russell, with everything that's going on, I'm not doing anything till at least the end of the month. Unless I can get all this stuff for Vegas done. Once that happens, I will get a chance to give the ground build a try. But I don't have a lot of time right now. I'm trying to crank up the hours at work because I'm going away for 2 weeks. Trying to get everything ready for Vegas.
You found it. Quickly,
Just
dig
too
it
much
up
going
and
on.
Bring it back to me at my camp. Well done.
If we're going to have another playable race, let's have somebody with an interesting background story. Hence my argument for doing Lucari. Alright, let's go on over here and get ready for a little dance-off. Ooh, 3 minutes? Ugh. That's a lot of time for dance-off. So I don't play World of Warcraft, Hobo Hunter, so you're going to have to explain that one for me. If you're going to have a playable race, I think you need to have a background story to explain why they do what they do, and it would be nice to have some stories written into the game about them. We don't see Kytians. I would love to see a storyline with the Kytians as part of it, or the Pharasans, or the Kytians and the Pharasans. I mean, here we've got a similar situation to the Klingons in their Civil War. You could actually play to that, but we tend to go with very canonical storylines based out of current canon. And since I have 2 minutes for the dance-off, I will be back in 1 because I'm going to refill my coffee.
You can still seek out artifacts, but only for the standard payout.
And I'm back. Okay.
Dance party starts in half a minute. Get out on the dance floor.
So here's my thought, and this would be really challenging, but have a race where the underlying logic behind the race is not the human one, which is really difficult to do. But when you write a race, so I've got an original fiction book that I've been working on forever, and making the underlying logic of what drives that species consistent, not necessarily something that as humans we empathize with, but make it consistent and logical within their own structure is really hard. It's even hard to write it. But it's really interesting, so when they come into conflict with the humans, there's that underlying, I don't get that. And neither side understands why the other side doesn't get theirs. The closest we ever got in Trek would be, excuse me, Darmok, where the underlying lack of communications ability bespoke the inability for the two to get along until they found a common understanding of some level.
Wave your hand.
Which I then find to be very amusing because these days everybody, if you think about it, we already speak in terms of references to common culture, which is why within a culture we have a different way of communicating than we do when we go outside the culture. I.e., something happened the other day to which I said, well, aside from that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? And the person didn't get the comment because they weren't American. They'd come to this country in the last few years, and while they understood American history, they didn't understand it at the intrinsic level. So, of course, once I explained the comment, she got it, and it made perfect sense, and was funny. But there was that disconnect. It would be nice to have a society, a culture, a race, a species, where we don't have that commonality, and be able to craft a storyline that forces them to either get to know each other or go into a state of war. And as with the Voth, we can have a non-canonical species. I mean, okay, yeah, we dealt with the Voth a little bit, but not as a canon species. We don't have a history. How are we doing here? But again, if you're trying to fit in with the current Discovery, Lower Decks, and probably Strange Worlds when that comes out, making that tie together, it's going to fall into the same pattern we've already got, which is just change the names of the characters and change the situations, but we're not changing the whole conflict, relationship, discovery aspect. And I use discovery in the sense of the verb, not the proper noun. It would be fun to have a species we don't know. Lucari were a great example.
Do the running.
I mean, we understood them. We had some commonality, but they're obviously a different mindset. And I really like them. I think it's one of the better species we've run into. I'd like a playable Lucari.
Do the robot.
I'd like a storyline dedicated to their focal point. Just kind of like what we did with DS9. While you're involved in it, you're really seeing it from the point of view of those characters.
Woo! Wave your hands. Do the running man.
It's actually a really good idea. Running Man, hang on.
Do the snake.
So let's get back to the Jaula one and how that ended with Jaula and what's her name, whose name totally eludes me, taking over the Klingon Empire again and reunifying it. Because it's so externally done that they had to pick up somebody from the dead and they had to bring somebody from a different time line back together to take it over, I think that would actually cause the refracturing of the Klingon Empire in a very short term. I would be surprised if we didn't see another civil war. But let's say we let the Civil War go to its logical conclusion of fracturing the society and taking a long time to recover it, not just 1 year of story arc. And yay, thank you for making a year-long story arc. Yep, I agree.
Just dance.
As I said, I suspect they've got constraints imposed from CBS. And they also have constraints imposed from, they've got to run this as a business. What's going to make money?
Do the leg kick.
Good morning, Eltris. How are you today? And it is a pleasant morning. As soon as I get this next one here. It is, only somewhat cloudy this morning. We have had day upon day upon day of alternating severe thunderstorms, sun, thunderstorm, sun. It's very interesting. Yes, we are definitely going to Vegas. We have 2 tables there. We will be playing Star Trek Online. We've got 2 laptops that we'll have open for people who haven't played the game to jump in and play and try out the game. We sit there and we chit-chat about the fleet. We talk about the game. We have a good time. This will be our 3rd year in a row there. Obviously, we weren't there last year.
Dance club style.
So at this point, we just have a few basics left, like finishing up costumes and then ordering the last of the equipment. Bigger problem is next year it's going to be in Chicago, which for me is much easier because I have a house in Chicago. And, having a place to stay is easier. A little harder for DT because he's going to have to fly out this time. And somehow my husband is probably going to go, guests in the house for 10 days? Don't think so. But there are awesome hotels around us, so we'll do that. And then the commute into the city every morning. Oh, such fun. So I live in Elgin. Elgin's up here. The convention is going to be at McCormick Place. McCormick Place is on the lake in the heart of the city, and there's no easy way to get there.
Do the running man.
Having worked at University of Chicago Hospital, which is like 10 miles further south, it's not unheard of if you leave your house at 6:30 in the morning to get into work at 9. Oh, sweet.
Do the running man.
Hey, if he goes, have him stop by our table just to say hi. I'd love to chat the game with anybody who likes to play. We're doing something a little different. We're not cosplaying this year because, honestly, we're doing it on the cheap. We weren't even going to go because of the cost of doing a booth. A booth is almost $1,650. Electrical and internet's another couple thousand. Hotel, or in our case, Airbnb, is another 1,000. Airfare for me is another 500. The car is another 1,000. It gets really expensive really fast. So we decided to downgrade to a table because it's not an official convention this year. They don't have the license. But we know everybody from the West Coast can go out there. Oh, great. Lovely. Thank you. And if no free swag, that's absolutely fine too. Just love to chit-chat the game. And Star Trek in general. What have we got here? We got 7 to go.
Do the running man.
No choo-choo yet. Bummer. I think this year the attendance numbers may be down. DT was telling me he actually has been seeing commercials on TV for the convention. Obviously, that's West Coast. And he's out in the mountains, nothing out here. But then again, I don't have a TV, so I'd have no idea what's on TV.
Do the leg kick.
I'm never home, and I've got the internet. Yeah, exactly. I have the internet. Who needs TV? And then I go home. My husband's got television, but he never watches anything that's current except maybe the news and sports. So if there's a new series on, I'm the last person to hear about it.
Do the snake.
But I will say there's a couple of shows I enjoy seeing when I'm home on Saturday or Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings. There's some shows out of England that are shown on our local PBS station that are fun. Death in Paradise, The Murdoch Mysteries, shown on a different channel. One more to go.
Do the snake.
And there we go. Alright, so let's jump to the other account. Well, I own lots of TVs, Russell. I'm looking at 2 of them, and I've got 2 in the other room. It's just I don't have access to TV. I use them for monitors until they die. Oh, okay, that's a problem. There we go. All right, let's see what we've got over here. Let's grab Complicatus. Russell, you need some favors? I can certainly give you some. I have a few thousand. All right, so what have we got today? Defeat Vodwar on the ground. Lucari TFOs. Of course Lucari TFOs, because what did we do last night? Sinkethi front. And defeat Voth on the ground. Well, let's do a couple of rerolls here. Because I am not doing a Lucari TFO today. Mostly because I can't. Borg TFOs. I can do Borg TFOs. But let's grab somebody else here. Let's grab a different one. Let's grab Gorny. There we go. Much better. Yeah, I've got a few, Rasul. Go check your mail. Hobo Hunter, we have a table there, so we will be there from the premiere night on Tuesday through Sunday. The only time we'll probably be away, well, DT will probably be away from the table because he is just awesome at going around and doing panels and stuff like that. But I've done conventions for so many years. Good morning, Mr. Dave. Of course, I'm going to be hanging out with Mr. Dave, too. But, yeah, I'll be there every day. I think Saturday's going to be the busiest day. So hopefully they're going to have the best panels. If you're just going for one day, I would probably aim on being there on Saturday so you can hit more of the panels, just for the fun aspect. Okay, Vodware on the ground, Voth on the ground, and Borg TFOs. Let's start off with the Borg TFO. There we go. Let's get you done. And in the meantime, let's hit the Vodware. I'm trying to remember if I ordered shirts. Yes, I think I ordered our shirts. Those should be in Chicago by the time I get back on Friday. Oh, 4 minutes. Gosh darn it. What else do I have here? Voth on the ground. Foo. Okay, let's do that then. Yeah, Russell, if I'm on my A game, I can make about $1,500 an hour on favor, so giving them away is always easy and fun if it makes the game fun for other people. Have a great day, Hobo Hunter. I do hope I get to meet you at the convention. So take care. And we're there as Strike Group Armada. We're going to be at a table, and I have no idea where they're going to put us this year. But I'd love to meet you. And I look like this, so you can recognize me. Except I might have purple hair by then. We'll see. We will see what the hair does. $1,500 an hour, not $1,800. There's an art to the sheer grind that I can do. As I was saying the other day, I woke up at 1 o'clock because I was doing the 20-hour grind, trying to get it through it all. And when I'm on it, I am so on it. Okay, that's weird. Did somebody come over here and get the cube already? No, just morphed out. Okay. Yeah, if you don't change characters, there's a limitation. So the biggest bang for the buck is in running the artifacts, because you can run them outside of primetime. Just don't turn them in. Turn them in outside of primetime, it's worth 20. Turn them in primetime, it's worth 50. 11 tunes, that's 5,500. Then throw in the ancillary stuff. Horgon Hunt is the best one, but it takes more time. But it's 75 points per.
The probe is closing in on a transporter. Destroy it.
look at these. Oh, that's good. We got 3 people doing those. I'll come over and get that then. So, okay, and they run 2 artifact hunts per hour. So if you really do it well, 11 tunes, or at the moment 13 tunes, 50 each. You can do the math. That's more math than I can do. 50 times 13 is 650, times 2 is 1,300. 1 dance party is another 100. If you're lucky, it's 200. If you're really lucky, it's 250. Throw in maybe 4 Horgon hunts, or 5 if I can get my timing down. And that's, let's say it's 4, that's another 300. If I've got some downtime, I'll do a sandcastle and a flying high. So that's another 70. So yeah, I suppose I could do closer to 2,000 an hour. Though it is limited as to how often you can do that. It's just on every single hit, every single time. Hence, getting away to do this is fun. That's on my Prime account. Then I've got my secondary account, which has only got like 10 tunes, but only 6 of them can hit Risa. Good morning, Captain Winters. How are you doing today? Okay. Where did the tactical cube go? That's kinda... Huh? Where'd the cube go? Where'd everything go? WTF? What? Okay. Okay, has anybody had this happen before where the cube just disappears? This is annoying.
You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
There it is. What the heck? How'd it get all the way down there? Okay, has that ever happened to anybody?
Sensors confirm that the transport conduit has been destroyed. However, our
It...
scans of the starbase...
Look where it wound up coming to. It's down... It was down here at the bottom of this map. I've never seen that happen before. That was bizarre. Alright, what do we think we can do? Vodwar? 60 Voth on the ground, a little bit more challenging. 10 Vodwar. We can do 10 Vodwar, no problem. 60 Voth, a little bit more challenging just because they don't glomp together. Horgon is starting. Okay, well, give me a sec. I have to do these, and I'm at work today, and it's a travel day, so let's get some of these done at least. Well, I'll pick up a couple of them. Can't take me that long to kill off the Vodwar. There's only 10 of them. Takes me more time to get down there than it does to kill them. Come on, guys. Let's go shoot them up a little bit. Oh, somebody left their Denver here. Where'd Denver? Poor Denver. Excuse me? Did you hit me? Come here, guys. Come here. That's 7-3 to go. Let's get him. Oh, well, that was easy. Come on, let me beam up. There we go. And I will be back there in just a moment. Yeah, but you glitch it out of the map and then nobody gets to win it.
Welcome to Risa. Welcome to Risa.
Let's see, which one do we have? So I was playing this last night, and for whatever reason, the auto pickup wasn't working. I was having to do F to pick up everything, which was annoying as heck. Okay, we're in that one then. You know, you'd think we'd be better than that these days. It's not about you. So let's ask that fun question. I know a lot of people are of the opinion they never want to go back into the office, having been at home for the last year, which I can totally get, though I've worked in the office, with the exception of a few days here and there, throughout this whole thing, just because the nature of my biz is, you know, I can't work from home. And it's nice to have some measure of social interaction, but it does change the focus from society as a concept to individual. Moving forward, how much is that going to affect us as a society? I.e., being a troll and getting all the attention on you for acting out. That's what we're doing here. We're doing the top. Or is this a short-lived phenomena? I found 10 Horgons, yay!
Welcome to Risa. Welcome to Risa. Welcome to Risa.
Where the heck am I? I'm there. Or am I just overthinking this? It was a quiet day at work yesterday. I had a chance to sit there and contemplate the nature of the universe. Oops. Okay, we've become much more individuals of late than we have been a society because, the nature of the whole COVID thing is everybody's locked into their own little universe. And we've had to relearn how we interact with other people. As a phenomenon, are we going to continue in this very individualistic approach where we get recognized as an individual, but in order to get that recognition, the way that we do it is through trolling, another activity that focuses on being noticed for the sake of being noticed as opposed to being noticed for the sake of doing something that's positive for a society? I mean, you read more about the Karens now, you read more about the entitled people. Maybe this has always been there, but because it gets the notice, we see more and more of it now. Oh, we absolutely will see that. I am actually hoping that we see that in one way because I'd like to go back into small business consulting, which is something I used to do. And if people go into working more from homes, we're going to see a resurgence of entrepreneurial businesses, small businesses, home-based. And I think we're also going to see, a return to more service industries as opposed to manufacturing. Says the person whose entire livelihood is based out of manufacturing currently. But what's happened with our last 3 financial crises has been people have returned back to small businesses, home operated. For a long time, that slowly get incorporated into larger businesses so that they've got money and financial independence. And then everything crashes, rinse and repeat. Probably I found 10 Horgons. Yay me. Let's switch tunes. While this is switching, I will read here. I think you're right. What time is it? We are at 6:59. Okay, last hunt for the day, or for this morning at least. And where are we? Oh, we're all the way over there. Let's go over the top. Oops, wrong way. Wrong way. Which, of course, led us then to the opposite discussion we were having. For those of you who've never studied the Black Plague and how that affected the finances of the 13th and 14th century, because God knows I've got nothing better to do with my time these days. A lot of the Renaissance was funded on people inheriting money. With a tenth of your population and up to 50% of the population dying, that wealth was redistributed not into the nobility, but into the development of a working class and a middle class. And it really did a lot to fund the Renaissance. Obviously, that's not the situation here. While it's been catastrophic in some areas, the mortality has been nothing like it was with the Black Death. But we are seeing a lot of wealth redistributed. So, will we see another cultural phenomenon like that? Or are we going to see people hoarding wealth? Which I guess is kind of what happened with the Renaissance. They hoarded wealth in the sense of they started funding artists and music dedicated to them, but still. Anyway, all this will be on the test, so I hope you've all been taking notes and we can discuss this after you get your grades. Just joking. I said that to somebody in jesting and work. This is going to be on the test, and they're like, oh, "There's a test?" No, dude. This is life. There's no more tests, except life itself. Or if you're somebody like WC and decide to go back to college. Well, of course it changes the dynamic. But there's always going to be a technology that affects everything. I mean, I'm sure back in its time, people are like, well, this horse and buggy thing is going to affect things. Having access to horses, for that matter. It affected things and people didn't realize it because that was cutting edge technology for the time. Let's see, in my opinion, we'll see the consolidation of wealth and fewer people over the next century or so. If we are lucky, we'll manage to make space resources accessible cheaply enough, quickly enough that we'll get to partial scarcity before power is in the hands of too few, and that consolidation becomes irreversible without force. There is the key phrase, without force. I don't think we will see that in my lifetime, to be honest. I wish we would. I do think it's possible that we're going to see the revolution in the next 30 years. Will I live that long? Probably. Will that be interesting? Yes. But it seems to be the natural ebb and flow of people. However, in order for me to go out and get my personal share of the wealth, I have to go to work. So I'm going to talk to you all maybe tomorrow morning, depending on whether I have class tonight. If I have class tonight, might be sleeping tomorrow. We will see. But in the meantime, everybody take care, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.